What if I told you that reality is not fixed, it's fluid? What if everything you've been taught about limitations, rules, and what's possible was never real in the first place? The truth is, reality bends for those who dare to bend it. And the ones who succeed in life, love, power, and wealth, they're not just lucky. They're not waiting on fate. They're using something most people overlook, the dark side of psychology fused with the magnetic power of the law of attraction. It's not about trickery. This is not about manipulation for evil. It's about mastering your own mind, energy, and presence so deeply that the world around you starts to move in sync with your desires. Most people are stuck reacting to life. You're here to create it, shape it, command it. And once you understand how your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and yes, even your pain can be alchemized into raw attraction power, you will never see reality the same way again. In this video, you'll discover 8 powerful steps that combine the shadowy insights of dark psychology with the unstoppable momentum of manifestation. This isn't surface level motivation. This is deep psychological transformation. This is how you recode your subconscious, protect your energy, shift your identity, and pull your dream life into your current timeline. So if you're ready to unlock the power that's been lying dormant within you, let's begin. Because today, you're not just watching a video, but you're waking up to the reality that you are the one who bends reality. Understanding reality is an illusion. Let me ask you something bold. But what if everything you believe to be real is actually a projection? What if reality is not fixed but flexible, and you've had the power to shift it all along? Most people move through life like puppets, strings pulled by belief systems they never chose, emotional programs they never questioned, and societal rules they never agreed to. They wake up, follow the same patterns, think the same thoughts, and then wonder why their life never changes. But here's the truth that few dare to understand. Reality is not objective, it's reactive. It bends to the power of focused thought. It mirrors the dominant energy you carry. You don't experience life as it is, you experience life as you are. The law of attraction teaches that your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs create a vibrational signal. That signal goes out like a radio wave and brings back experiences that match your frequency. If your inner world is chaotic, you attract more chaos. If your thoughts are filled with doubt, you meet more obstacles. But if your internal energy is aligned, clear, and intentional, you start to notice that the world begins to move differently around you. Now, this isn't fantasy, it's mental science, it's quantum mechanics, it's dark psychology. The ones who truly understand this don't shout about it, they quietly use it to shape reality in their favor. Reality is a feedback loop. What you believe becomes what you expect becomes what you see, and what you see reinforces what you believe. It's a closed circuit until you break it consciously. That's why awakening is so powerful. When you become aware of the illusion, you start to edit the script. You stop playing by the rules of limitation and begin to write your own rules. Dark psychology teaches that human perception is fragile and easily influenced. Most of what people accept as real is just the result of mental conditioning, emotional repetition, and social programming. But you can hijack that system, reprogram your mind, shift your frequency, and start creating a new experience of life. You bend reality the moment you realize you are not your thoughts, you are not your past, you are not your limits, you are the creator of the script. So the next time you feel stuck or powerless, remind yourself, the world you see is not the only world that exists. It's just a reflection of the patterns you currently run. Break the pattern, change the thought, shift the belief, raise the energy, and watch as the so-called reality begins to bend around your new identity. Because the real illusion is that you ever thought you were powerless. The power of belief programming. The most powerful weapon in the world isn't a gun or bomb. It's a belief. Your beliefs shape your perception, and your perception creates your reality. Most people walk through life unaware that their subconscious mind, not their conscious desires, is running the show. You may want success, love, or freedom, but if your subconscious believes you're unworthy, unsafe, or incapable, you'll sabotage every opportunity. This is where belief programming comes in, and this is where the line between law of attraction and dark psychology begins to blur. Let's be clear, your subconscious doesn't care what's true. It believes what you repeatedly tell it with emotion. That's how advertisers control behavior, that's how political systems condition loyalty, and that's how people stay trapped in cycles of fear, failure, or mediocrity. But here's the twist. You can use the same methods to free yourself. Repetition, emotion, imagery, identity. These are the tools used by masters of persuasion, and you can turn them inward. Begin by noticing the silent affirmations already running in your mind. I'm not good enough. I always fail. Things never work out for me. These phrases might sound harmless, but they are shaping your inner world every single day. The law of attraction doesn't respond to what you say once, it responds to what you believe consistently. So reprogram, rewrite, replace. Instead of I'm not enough, say I am evolving, I am learning, I am becoming unstoppable. Instead of nothing works for me, say everything is aligning in my favor, even if I can't see it yet. Instead of repeating your fears, repeat your power. Use affirmations but with emotional intensity. Visualize the future version of you with detail and feeling. Talk to yourself the way a master manipulator would, except this time you do it with integrity to build yourself up instead of tearing yourself down. You are not lying to yourself. You're installing new software. Dark psychology teaches that belief can override logic. That's why intelligent people can be manipulated into poor decisions and why ordinary people can rise to extraordinary success. The secret lies in what they've been conditioned to believe about themselves and the world. When you align your subconscious programming with your conscious desires, the law of attraction kicks into high gear. You start seeing opportunities. You attract resources. You meet people who match your energy, not because magic happened, but because your perception changed. This is the secret of belief programming. Change the code and the system shifts. Change your inner narrative and the outer world reconfigures. Because your mind isn't just observing reality. It is writing it. Dark psychology. Influence versus manipulation. Let's get real. We are all being influenced every single day. By the media, by ads, by influencers, by algorithms. The question is, are you the one being influenced? Or are you the one influencing? This is where dark psychology enters the picture. It's not about evil, it's about awareness. Dark psychology is the study of how human behavior can be influenced through covert techniques using principles like persuasion, manipulation, emotional control, and psychological triggers. While some misuse these tools for deceit, the truly intelligent person studies them to protect themselves and, when necessary, to gain the upper hand. Why? Because influence is power, and if you don't learn how to influence, you'll be manipulated without even knowing it. Let's break it down. Every human interaction is an exchange of energy and psychology. Think about this. Why do people follow certain leaders without question? Why do others fall for lies, scams, or fake love? It's because they're emotionally hijacked. Someone triggered their fear, their desire for approval, or their need to feel special. Now imagine if you mastered those triggers within yourself and others. This doesn't mean being deceitful. It means being strategic. You learn to read people's body language, detect their insecurities, and control your own emotional responses. You project calm, certainty, and control while the world around you is reactive, impulsive, and noisy. That's powerful. The most magnetic people in the world understand how to command presence. They speak less but with precision. Their tone, their posture, their eye contact, it all tells a psychological story. And here's the key. People respond more to how you make them feel than what you actually say. Dark psychology reveals that people are not logical creatures, they're emotional. And if you can lead emotion, you can lead decisions. Now pair that with the law of attraction. When your energy is calm, unbothered, and emotionally intelligent, you radiate power. You attract outcomes and people that align with that emotional frequency, because not only are you shaping how others see you, you are shaping how the universe responds to you. So don't be afraid to learn the art of psychological influence. It's not manipulation when your intent is growth, clarity, and control. It's not toxic when you're mastering yourself, not deceiving others. The line between manipulation and leadership is intention. If you don't understand dark psychology, you're walking through a battlefield blindfolded. But when you do understand it, you walk into every room with quiet dominance. You influence the energy without saying much. You command without demanding. And that's when reality itself begins to bend, not to your words, but to your energy and awareness. Controlling the inner conversation. Let's talk about the voice in your head, the one nobody else hears but you. That voice is either the most powerful force in your life or the most destructive. And the craziest part, you get to choose which one it becomes. Your inner dialogue is not just thoughts. It's a stream of commands being sent straight into your subconscious mind. And the subconscious, it doesn't argue. It doesn't question, it just obeys. So if that inner voice is saying things like, I can't do this, I'll never be good enough, they're better than me, then guess what? Your subconscious receives that message and makes it your reality. This is where the combination of dark psychology and the law of attraction becomes deadly if used against you. Most people don't need external enemies, their own mind is sabotaging them daily. But you're not most people. You are here to become powerful. And to do that, you have to master the one battlefield that matters most, your internal world. Start by listening. What's your self-talk in moments of pressure, rejection, or failure? Is it panic? Is it self-blame? Or is it calm reassurance and resilience? Here's the truth. Highly influential people, those who bend reality, don't have magical powers. They've just trained their inner voice to speak in alignment with their vision, not their fears. They affirm their worth when no one else does. They declare their future like it's already real. They command their inner state before life has a chance to knock them down. And the law of attraction, it listens. Not to your fake smiles, not to your hopeful wishes. It listens to your dominant frequency. And that frequency is broadcast by your internal conversation. This is why so many people think manifestation doesn't work. They say affirmations out loud, but their inner voice says the opposite. They visualize abundance, but think in scarcity. And so they attract more confusion, more resistance, more of what they fear. If you want to bend reality, you have to clean your internal signal. That means upgrading your internal language. Instead of, why is this happening to me? You ask, how is this happening for me? Instead of, I can't do this, you say, I'm learning, I'm growing, and I'm becoming unstoppable. This isn't lying to yourself, it's reprogramming your reality. Dark psychology teaches that repetition, especially when combined with emotion, reconditions the mind. So use that power wisely. Build a self-concept so powerful that no external rejection can shake it. Because here's the truth. If you don't control your inner voice, it'll control you. And if your inner voice isn't speaking your success into existence, then it's repeating your past into your future. You bend reality the moment you speak to yourself, like the version of you that already has it all. The power of belief programming. The most powerful weapon in the world isn't a gun or bomb. It's a belief. Your beliefs shape your perception, and your perception creates your reality. Most people walk through life unaware that their subconscious mind, not their conscious desires, is running the show. You may want success, love, or freedom, but if your subconscious believes you're unworthy, unsafe, or incapable, you'll sabotage every opportunity. This is where belief programming comes in, and this is where the line between law of attraction and dark psychology begins to blur. Let's be clear. Your subconscious doesn't care what's true. It believes what you repeatedly tell it with emotion. That's how advertisers control behavior. That's how political systems condition loyalty. And that's how people stay trapped in cycles of fear, failure, or mediocrity. But here's the twist. You can use the same methods to free yourself. Repetition, emotion, imagery, identity. These are the tools used by masters of persuasion, and you can turn them inward. Begin by noticing the silent affirmations already running in your mind. I'm not good enough. I always fail. Things never work out for me. These phrases might sound harmless, but they are shaping your inner world every single day. The law of attraction doesn't respond to what you say once, it responds to what you believe consistently. So reprogram, rewrite, replace. Instead of I am not enough, say I am evolving, I am learning, I am becoming unstoppable. Instead of nothing works for me, say everything is aligning in my favor, even if I can't see it yet. Instead of repeating your fears, repeat your power. Use affirmations but with emotional intensity. Visualize the future version of you with detail and feeling. Talk to yourself the way a master manipulator would, except this time you do it with integrity to build yourself up instead of tearing yourself down. You are not lying to yourself. You're installing new software. Dark psychology teaches that belief can override logic. That's why intelligent people can be manipulated into poor decisions and why ordinary people can rise to extraordinary success. The secret lies in what they've been conditioned to believe about themselves and the world. When you align your subconscious programming with your conscious desires, the law of attraction kicks into high gear. You start seeing opportunities. You attract resources. You meet people who match your energy, not because magic happened, but because your perception changed. This is the secret of belief programming. Change the code and the system shifts. Change your inner narrative and the outer world reconfigures. Because your mind isn't just observing reality, it is writing it. You carry unresolved resentment, bitterness or regret. That energy gets broadcast into your reality. It shows up as resistance, setbacks or repeated cycles. But if you transmute that emotion, if you let it break you open instead of break you down, you become magnetic. You become dangerous in the best way possible. Because here's the hidden truth. Pain is a portal, is a door to your next level. And most people turn back at the threshold. But if you walk through it consciously, you step into your power in a way that nothing else can give you. Use your pain. Don't numb it, don't escape it, don't bury it under distraction. Feel it, process it, transform it. That's emotional alchemy. That's the art of turning wounds into wisdom, fear into fire, and heartbreak into high vibration. Because when you learn to master your emotions, you don't just bend reality, you rebuild it from the ashes of who you used to be. Energetic boundaries, protecting your power. One of the biggest truths you must understand if you want to bend reality is this. Not everything or everyone deserves access to your energy. Think about this. You're doing the work. You're reprogramming your mind. You're aligning your thoughts and emotions. You're visualizing, affirming, and rising. But the moment you step into the world, you're surrounded by chaos. Negative people, drama, distractions, energy vampires, and all that effort you put in drains fast. That's why the most powerful people, the ones who attract effortlessly, the ones who command their reality, they have ironclad energetic boundaries. You see, energy is real, it's contagious. Science backs it, spirituality confirms it, and psychology observes it. Your environment either elevates you or erodes you. Dark psychology teaches us something chilling. People often use subtle manipulation to hook your energy. They'll guilt trip you, play the victim, trigger your emotions, subtly plant seeds of doubt. Why? Because your power threatens their comfort zone. Your growth exposes their stagnation. So what do? You protect your field. You get intentional about who you allow near your mind, your emotions, your time, and your presence. And let's be clear, protecting your energy is not selfish, it's survival. Start by observing. Who do you feel drained around, even after short conversations? Who constantly brings problems but never solutions? Who mocks your dreams, doubts your progress, or dismisses your vision. Now here's the rule. If it costs you your peace, it's too expensive. If it lowers your frequency, it's breaking your manifestation. And if it keeps you stuck in emotional loops, it's not love, it's energetic sabotage. Your power comes from your presence, and your presence is at its strongest when you're not constantly being pulled into someone else's chaos. The law of attraction doesn't just respond to your desires, it responds to your energetic state. And when your state is constantly under attack, even silently, your ability to bend reality weakens. So build rituals around protection. Cleanse your mind daily, meditate, go silent, visualize a shield around your being. Limit excess. Say no more often. Stop explaining yourself. Move with quiet confidence. We create a circle that's rooted in alignment, not attachment. Because here's the truth. Your energy is your currency. And if you're leaking it to people who haven't earned it, you're robbing your future self of everything you're working to attract. You don't need to be cold, you need to be clear. You don't need to isolate, you need to elevate who has access. When you protect your energetic boundaries, you don't just guard your peace, you amplify your power. And the universe, it starts responding faster, clearer, and louder. Because now your energy is focused, and nothing bends reality more than focused energy. And you're acting without permission, becoming the architect of your world. Here's the truth that might sting a little at first, but it's exactly what you need to hear. No one is coming to give you permission. Not your parents, not your partner, not society, not the universe. Because here's the twist. The universe isn't waiting to bless you. It's waiting for you to claim it. This is where dark psychology and the law of attraction merge into pure personal power. You stop waiting, you stop asking, you stop apologizing, and you start acting like the architect of your reality. Let's be honest, how many dreams have you delayed because you were waiting for a sign, waiting for the right time, waiting until you felt ready? But what if the delay wasn't from the outside? Or what if the delay was a direct result of your hesitation to act? Like you already own the life you want. The universe responds to action, not hesitation. It responds to decisiveness, not doubt. Dark psychology shows us that those who rise to power aren't always the smartest, the kindest, or the most deserving. They're often just the ones who believe it's theirs to take. They walk like it's already done. They speak like it's already real. They move like the world is simply adjusting to their mindset. That energy is powerful. That energy bends reality. You don't need approval to level up. You don't need permission to reinvent yourself. You don't need validation to show up with boldness. You simply need to decide. Decide that you're worthy. Decide that the old version of you is done playing small. Decide that your new reality begins the moment you step into it with conviction, even if no one else understands it yet. The law of attraction begins to move mountains when you move like the mountain is already beneath your feet. This doesn't mean being reckless, it means being relentlessly intentional. It means no longer making your future negotiable based on other people's opinions or outdated limitations. Remember this, reality isn't something you react to, it's something you create. If you want to change your world, you have to stop living like a guest in your own life. You have to take the pen and write your narrative unapologetically, boldly, and without waiting for anyone to clap for you. When you act without waiting for permission, you break free of the invisible cages that keep most people trapped. You access a frequency of power that most never touch. And you become the type of person who doesn't chase success, you attract it effortlessly. Because you're not a follower of fate. You are a creator of reality. So walk forward, not with fear, but with fire. The life you want is already waiting for you. But first, you must act like it's already yours. So now you know, reality doesn't shape you. You shape reality, not by force, not by begging the universe to change your circumstances, but by learning to master the one thing most people never even attempt to control, their inner world. Throughout this journey, you've explored the dark corners of your subconscious. You've learned that your beliefs are not facts, your pain is not punishment, and your limitations are not permanent. They are all malleable. And once you understand that, you hold the greatest superpower of all, choice. The law of attraction alone is powerful. But when you pair it with psychological mastery, the kind that goes beneath surface positivity and taps into raw human behavior, you step into a version of yourself that is unstoppable. You've learned how to shift your identity, protect your energy, use emotion as fuel, and act without waiting for anyone's permission. You've learned how to look pain in the face and say, "Thank you for the lesson, now I rise." And most importantly, you've learned that you are not a passive observer of life. You are the conductor, the director, the architect. The world around you is simply reflecting the movie you're playing inside your mind. So what happens now? You leave behind the mindset of waiting. You stop explaining your power to those who can't see it. If you stop asking for validation and start moving in certainty, from this moment on everything changes, not because you asked it to, but because you became the version of yourself who commands change. And as you walk forward, you begin to notice something strange. People will look at you differently. The opportunities will start finding you. Doors will open that once felt sealed shut. It's not magic. It's alignment. Your energy will speak before your mouth does. Your confidence will trigger some, attract others, and liberate you. You won't need to chase anymore, because you've become the one everything else chases. This is what it means to bend reality. Not with force, but with focus, intention. Not with manipulation, but with mastery. Not with desperation, but with divine power. So the question is no longer, will it happen? The real question is, who are you becoming right now to make sure it does? Because when you walk like it's already yours, when you protect your energy like it's sacred, when you speak from a place of knowing, not hoping, then reality has no choice but to bend to your will. You're not waiting on the universe. The universe is waiting on you. Now go, create, command, conquer. The new reality has already begun.